I know Barkley. I know Splatter. I know Molly. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But I will. I know Sloanie. I know Annabelle. I know Hamish. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But I will. Hello, cherry tree. Hello, frog pond thing place. Hello, elm tree, boxwood tree that kind of looks like a turtle head thing. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But I will. But now, I say I don't want to go, but I will. But really, I really will. But, you don't need me to go on a trip. If you want to go on a trip, you go on a trip. You save your money, you go on a trip. You talk to your parents, you go on a trip. You listen in chapel when someone's going to go on a trip. Like the language department takes trips. They announce the trip you want to go on their trip. Miss Mullen takes trips. I went on one of Miss Mullen's trips to Peru. It was terrific. Go on that trip. If you want to go on a wild trip, Wofford trip, man, I've been on a lot of Wofford trips. I've eaten a lot of dirt with Wofford. It was delicious. I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, Mr. Wofford's trips, Mr. Griggs' trips, Mr. Whoever takes a trip anywhere. I took an international trip this morning. Look at me. I'm at the International House of Pancakes right now. International, buddy. Cultural exchange. So, say that you want to go somewhere. I've been places. I took kids to New York first, I think. Just like, hey, you want to go to New York? Let's go to New York. So I took 5 kids. We stayed in this dingy old hostel all together, same room. It was great. We went to all these art museums, Central Park, saw the touristy stuff. It was great. Went for about 4 days. No big deal. Up and gone. And then I took kids to China. Went to China. Hey, Austin Cooper might remember that. Maybe Ian Reyes remembers that. And they're the only ones left that remember that. But we all went there and we came back safe, and it was great. And while you're in China, you might as well go to Korea, because I've been to Korea too, and it's great. You should see it. It's beautiful, and they're all cool places. Thailand's in the neighborhood. I hear rumors someone might be thinking of a trip to Thailand. You never know. And I would even be interested in going back to Cuba, because the first time we went to Cuba was like the very first time the EF took students down to Cuba, and it was a little bit crazy. Just ask these guys. No, don't ask those guys. No, I'm just kidding. You can ask those guys. They were great. It was wonderful fun. But, I'd be happy to go to Cuba, but I wouldn't want to get in the way of someone else that wanted to go to Cuba, because everybody should go to Cuba, because Cuba is cool. And then, Bali is great, man. I'd love to go back to Bali. And I used to live on an island called Saipan, so I really like islands. So one place that would be real easy is just jump down to the Dominican Republic and do some service, like service-oriented stuff, where you hang out with the kids, you do some service, go to the jungle, go to the beach, but you hang out on the island with some really cool people and do some things with them and have fun. And then another trip I thought about was, Dominican Republic is here and easy. Let's go there. No. Let's go to the other side of the world. Let's go to India, because I've been to India, and India is great. So it was intense. And I went to northern India, and there's a really cool service-oriented trip that goes to northern India. We can go up there. We can go to the Taj Mahal, of course. We can see all kinds of incredible art, beautiful temples, lovely people, have a great, terrific time. It's on the other side of the world. It's expensive, and it's, on the other side of the world. So we'd have to go during the summer when it's hot, or during Christmas when you have a nice long break, something like that. But then there's Iceland. And I went to Iceland, and I really enjoyed Iceland with my darling. And truth be told, if I was going to travel without you guys paying for it, I'm going to travel with my wife. But that's why I do this EF stuff, because if I'm going to travel with you monkeys, you're going to have to pay me. And so that's the way it works. You get enough kids to go. I don't pay my way, but I work my butt off, like Miss Mullen, like other people when they do these EF tours or the other tours, language tours. They work their butts off to make sure that the tour goes okay for you and try to organize things. So Iceland is terrific. There's not a service thing there. There's not a hoop-de-hoo thing going on. You can go and just enjoy it, because it's incredible. Traveling is incredible. You don't need an excuse to travel. You just travel. So here's the deal. I don't want to go. I'd rather stay here and work on stuff because stuff needs to be done and hang out with the animals. But if I have another day like today, you know, you set your neighbor's forest on fire and have to call the police and the fire department and the forestry department to cut a fire break with a bulldozer, and then you get a flat tire on the big tire of your tractor, and then you go down and feed the cows, and Polly's out looking at you like, hey, I'm out, how are you going to get me back in? I know it's time to feed me. Then you think about, hey, it wouldn't be so bad to go other places. So here's the deal. If you have a burning desire to go somewhere, one of these places or somewhere else, it doesn't matter, let me know. But by golly, whatever you do, don't burn things on a windy day, even when they say it ain't going to be as windy as it is, especially with a dead poplar snag 50 feet from your fire. Take it up, rock it through the